But what happens is because I'm usually at the school all day because I'm observing in the morning and I'm meeting with them during nap time. So there's usually a gap in the middle where I'm uploading the videos, prepping my notes of what I'm going to say and do, what I'm not going to do. Something that I had made a note to myself that bugged me, but I'm not going to bring it up. It's something that happened and I'm wondering, well, is this a part of their goal? Or this isn't a part of their goal? It's not necessary to bring this up because this isn't a health and safety situation. This is just something that I noticed and it's not important to bring it up. I'm doing all of that reflecting by myself. Then what usually happens is I see them on the yard or they're having lunch. I no longer have my phone in my hand recording. I don't have notes. I'm just showing. I come in on the yard. I'm playing with kids. I'm building a relationship with the teacher. Because she doesn't see that camera in my hand anymore. I'm playing with the kids. I'm saying, how was your day? I see those, you talked about getting those new so-and-sos. I see you got them. That's how we build a relationship. It's in those interactions that we're building a relationship. And it's in those interactions that my commitment to teachers is regardless of what the program tells me about you. And almost all programs, now Ducksmiths didn't do this, tell me negative things about teachers before I even show up. They'll say, in this room, she does this. In this room, he does that. It's all evaluative because they're the supervisor, so they're seeing it through a supervisory lens. I'm clear, I am not the supervisor. So the lens through which I look is one that's collaboration and partnership in how to help you make your good better and your better best. And the reason why I don't do it is I've been told that teacher in that room, she does this, this, and this. So had I walked in with that mindset, and the teacher that I'm thinking about right now, she was the most coachable out of all 8 classrooms. So 8 classrooms at a site. So the one teacher who I was told was the worst leaned into coaching and would say, we're meeting next week, right? Okay. And then she'd be ready for me to record her and then watch the video because she saw it as educative and uplifting. So we have to be mindful of how we box people in because relationship is what it's all about. It was through my relationship with her, me not judging her, which helped her to step in to coaching. One of the other teachers who they said, she is ready to be this and she's ready to be that. And I was thinking, when? I don't see it. So whatever she's doing, she's putting on when you show up. But when the rest of us are there, she's showing us a whole other person. Seems like I'm nervous about that. 2 different people existing there. Won't happen. So as a coach, be mindful of that when you go in, you're not letting others disrupt what could be a positive, productive relationship between you and a teacher or a group of teachers. Okay? Yes?
I was just curious, I know it's, I don't know, in some ways inevitable, but obviously, like you said, people behave differently when supervisory positions. So you get to see this one side, and I would imagine as you're being filmed too, this level of awareness that and their peers come back and say, well, that's not what it's like when you're not around, So I'm just curious, how does that fold into your interactions? Because again, you don't want to call out, maybe you do, sometimes you do need to call that out, that somebody said differently.
Excellent question. So 2 responses for that. So the first part of that one is, some people are putting on. So while I'm recording, most of the times, this is actually how it happens. I'm doing like this. So I'm looking her in her face, but I'm recording these 2, but it's like this. So when they look up, they look me in my eyes. They start to forget this is here. Most of the children aren't even paying attention to me. If I use my iPad, because it's larger, they want to see that. The kids walk over to me. So I use the phone, keep it low. No one hardly pays attention to me. It's usually the teacher who's paying attention, who's nervous, because he or she already knows, I'm really not proficient in that area. I really don't want to be recorded. And it comes up in the conversation, because I'm going to say, Liz, you were really nervous this morning. Yes, I was. Talk to us about that. Then I'm just going to shut up, because I want her to tell her story. Because what brain science says, for Liz to move as the coach, I know this. I must get her to tell her story. So even if I don't get to the action plan, those items, her barrier right now is what? Her story hasn't been told because she's feeling judged by me being recorded. So my strategy is, I gotta get you to tell your story. And we're all just gonna listen. So if she speaks for 20 minutes, and I'm thinking, Jesus, she could have said that in 5 minutes. But you know what? She never experiences that. Because part of the stance is, she can't know I wanted her to say that in 5 minutes and it took her 20. She got her story out, which is the most important piece for relationship building and for her moving from A to B and from B to C. Because without her telling her story, every time I come back, that untold story, takes the lead. Very, 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 very important. The other part is, while I'm paying attention to the adults, you know who else I'm paying attention to?
The kids.
The children. Because their stories are the real stories that I love. I got some kids without teachers, just powerful stuff. I got to tell you the story because it's on my mind right now. So I was at a school here in Oakland about 3 weeks ago. Was Father's Day like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
It was the week before Father's Day. So I'm recording, so the kids are at tables, they're doing what they call small group. It's a challenge because they all make them do the same thing, but they're not there as a community of classrooms. They're not, like, their art is all product based. So they were sitting down, everybody was cutting a tie for their dad, right? I let that go, but I have to. I let that go. I was just like, all right. But because here is the real curriculum. Maria, this is that Null curriculum we were talking about. So I'm behind the little boy here, so they're at the table. There's actually two, and then there's 2 here, and there's 1 here. And the teacher's trying to get out the film because she was over here and I was there, and then she was playing with papers over here. And I just said, you know what? She doesn't want to be recorded today. I'm just going to record the kids. So this little boy says, "My daddy," and I'm like, what is he saying? So I move around the table because I'm behind him, and I come right here and I get here. He was like, "Yeah, my daddy said X, Y, and Z," and it was a little bit inaudible, so I couldn't make it out. The little girl here said, "My mommy said my daddy is homeless." I look at the teacher like, "Ooh, this is some good stuff, So, but that's my adult mind. Then he says, "She made him pack a bag." I got it on video. And it's funny, but it's real. It's real. So then, in that moment, what I realized was, both of them did not have an understanding of homelessness. They didn't. She was told something. He's trying